Welcome to CEO.CA, the leading community for investors in junior resource and venture stocks. My name is Amrit Gill, and today we're joined by Kit Mars, co-founder, president, and CEO of Western Alaska Minerals. Welcome to the show.
Hey, well, thanks for inviting me again. It's great to be here in Toronto and lovely setting and balmy, warm weather. So good to be here.
Well, what are you looking forward to this year at PDAC?
At PDAC, this is a very important conference. We just came out with our initial resource last week. So this is really will be the time to showcase our resource, which we have not been able to talk about in the last 3 years of drilling. So that's a major step for us. And it's really, this is the place to communicate that to investors and companies alike.
Very well. Before we get into that, take us through an overview of the company.
Well, Western Alaska Minerals, as it says in its name, is primarily focused in the western part of Alaska. We are in the Illinois Creek Mining District, which is home to a past-producing open pit heap leach gold mine, the Illinois Creek Mine. So that gives us a very unique setting as a junior explorer, where we have a lot of local infrastructure, a lot of history in the district. These are all Anaconda Minerals Company discoveries, and I was fortunate enough to be the first geologist to run this project a few years ago, back in the 80s. So we really have a lot of different targeting opportunities, number of different deposits. Right now, we're focused on our very high-grade lead, zinc, silver deposit at Water Pump Creek, which we'll talk about more in a few minutes.
Yeah, well, tell us about the recent resource estimate and what it entails.
So we've spent quite a bit of time analyzing the numbers to make sure that we came out and presented something that really fits with the market and with what our goals are. So our new slogan or mantra is quality ounces. So we announced 2.39 million tons. So it's a nice size. The grade is really what sets us apart. It's 977 grams per ton silver equivalent, which I think is probably the highest grade of a resource among all the other exploration peers that we work with. And that translates to over 31 ounces per ton silver. So that is a combination of silver, lead, and zinc. And the grade is really what sets us apart.
And what comes next after the resource estimate?
Well, the first job is to expand on that. I want to emphasize this is just the initial resource. We wanted to come out with this resource now so we can talk about it, so we can let investors know what have we accomplished over the last several years. But really the next step is to use our geology, soil geochemistry, past drilling results, and very importantly, our new three-dimensional IP geophysical survey that we just finished modeling in October, November. So we have 3 major targets to drill, the LH South Zone, the Worm Springs target, and a continuation of Water Pump Creek to the north.
Well, it's in the name Western Alaska. Tell us about the jurisdiction that you're operating in.
Well, obviously we're in Alaska, and that is very important. Today there's been a lot of turmoil in the world, and different jurisdictions look upon mining very different. So Alaska is a very stable jurisdiction. I'd like to emphasize we are on state of Alaska land. We have state of Alaska mining claims, and the state owns both the surface and the subsurface. So there's no disconnect there. And our exploration permits are 5-year permits, so we able to do planning way ahead of time. And there's a few other items I'll just mention. We're part of the large mine permit team run by the Alaska Governor's Office, very unique, that puts all the agencies together in one room when we meet once a year, and it really expedites the permitting question.
And Kit, drawing from your experience, what type of due diligence should an investor look for in a junior?
You know, that's an excellent question, and actually is become the focus of our new corporate presentation deck, which I would encourage everybody. It was posted on our website a couple days ago. And really the key that I think everybody should look at in a sort of a checklist for due diligence for juniors, and I'll look at my notes here. It really starts with the team. We have a very good capital structure, very tightly held. The jurisdiction, which we just talked about. Social license is very important wherever you are. We are not on native Alaska land, but we really have a very strong good neighbor policy. We've had a local hire program since 2017, and we make an effort to bring local tribal leaders out to visit our site and actually see firsthand exactly what we're doing. So that's very important. And then, of course, the asset. Without a really good asset, and as I said, high grade quality ounces, then you don't really have much. And we now have that with our nerve.
And what are some of the catalysts for Western Alaska in 2024?
Well, the key catalyst is continuing our drilling program. The 3 targets I mentioned at the LH South will be the initial focus. We have past drilling from 2005 when Nova Gold explored for a year or two. We know we have some lead, zinc, silver intercepts, some very good soil geochemistry. We're just going to move down dip a little bit deeper, similar to what we did 3 years ago when we hit our 2109 drill hole at Water Creek. And then the second target is Warm Springs. It's developed from our geophysics, our 3D IP survey. It's going to take a little bit of drilling, but that has the potential to really become a larger tonnage deposit. Right in the center of our Illinois Creek system, halfway between the past producing mine and Water Pump Creek.
And Kit, is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers at CEO.CA?
I would encourage your viewers to take a look at our new slide deck. And actually, we have a very nice computer video fly through that will be put up later today or tomorrow. I just signed off on it this morning. But in that middle of the deck, we look at different companies that have gone into production recently and look at their resources. And I'd like to point out one, Silvercrest, which is a very successful company, has recently went into production. And it's very, what I'd like to point out is that their tonnage was just a little bit larger than ours, but their contained silver when they made the decision to go into production was 79 million ounces, and we're at 75 million ounces of their new resource. So it shows that grade is king. That makes the decision on when a deposit becomes a mine, and we're getting close.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Kit.
Okay, thank you.